Monday, July 29th, 2020, we started what would be the biggest adventure we had ever planned. After being delayed due to the COVID outbreak, we were dying to get the show on the road, and we ended up leaving in a not so perfect weather window. We had big waves and between 20 to 30 knots of wind, which ended up giving us quite a good start, but the wind did die shortly after and came around onto our nose. I didn't make it far into the passage before getting very seasick, leaving the vast majority of the shifts to Andrew and our friend who helped us on the way over. After 3.5 days and 550 nautical miles of mostly motor sailing, we finally landed into Las Camarines, one of the Rias of Galicia, and almost immediately a completely different climate to what we were used to back in Cork. Throughout this video, we get a glimpse into our sail, or motor should I say, between our home port of Cork Harbour and arriving into our winter port, Almerimar, in the south of Spain. Along the way we visit Portugal, the Algarve, the Gibraltar Strait, and we get to see so many dolphins and even some sunfish. Visitor on board coming. You can hear them. Beautiful morning here. Absolutely still. It's a full moon, so the tide is way out. So who do you think it is? I can see Tony! It's our first visitor! Woo! So do you like Algarve?
Oh my god, it's fabulous.
Very pretty, isn't it?
I love it.
Tony, Andrew's dad, stayed with us for 2 weeks, and we really enjoyed getting to explore Portugal with him. Portugal had so many lovely spots to see, with our favourite having to be Algarve. Throughout Portugal, there are loads of local small operation fishermen, meaning you really have to look out for those fishing plots close to the coast. Another thing to think of if you plan on visiting Portugal by boat is that the anchorages off the coastline, or majority of it, are actually bar crossings, which we hadn't come across before visiting Portugal. So it's really important to take into account the tide and the wind at the time that you're going to come into the anchorage, because it can get pretty wild at times. All in all, we really enjoyed Portugal. It was great value, great food, lovely places to see, and at the time that we were visiting it was quiet, so I think we got to see it in a magical way. Before long, Tony was headed back to Ireland and we were pushing on down the coast to make it to Almerimar. Wow! Oh my god, this is amazing! Okay, officially the coolest thing we've done on our trip so far. The boat is anchored right there. We're inside the cave. Coming into our own private beach. So we just took the paddleboard into the cave that you can see behind me, and when we're just pulling up the anchor now. It was a little nerve-wracking because we'll just be scared a little that maybe we get caught in a rock or something with the anchor, so we made it quick. We went in there, the water was so clear, it was just beautiful, and yeah, it was probably the best thing we've done yet, kind of being a little bit more adventurous now. And yeah, as you can see, it's just beautiful. So this is the first time we're putting up a cruising ship. See how it goes.
We just landed in Cadiz yesterday. Today we said we'd go out on the dinghy to the town, so we need to park the dinghy somewhere. And we just had like the nicest, like it was really nice, wasn't it? Like the people there, we speak no Spanish, like I only know a couple of words. Andrew doesn't know any words. But, oh, you know, thank you.
Hola.
Hola.
Gracias. That's it.
But when we pulled up, we had to go into like a little marina, which on Navily it said that that was somewhere that you could, and the marineros were very nice there. But when we came in, you know, all the gates are locked and everything, but we couldn't get out either. Usually you can just press a button to get out, and we said we'd pay on our return or something. But man got up from his breakfast with his friends on his Sunday morning to help us speak no English, we speak no Spanish, and they were just so helpful. Like they put us on the end, and
They had to get into their own boat because with the lack of translation, I had to follow him in his boat to see where to put the dinghy. But they're very nice, took care of us, and since we arrived in Spain there's been a very warm kind of, the people seem very nice, even amongst themselves. They seem to be having a lot of fun. Portuguese were lovely, but it was hard to get anything out of them.
Portugal was beautiful, don't get me wrong, and there was lots of lovely people there as well, but we did find it a little harder taking the dinghy to places and kind of being shoved out of places more than...
Oh, you get chased out,
so yeah, that was really nice. That was our first experience here today in Cadiz, so we're really excited to go and explore and see what Cadiz has to offer.
My feet will tell me where to go. I'm not afraid to step outside and see the world for what it is now. Spending all my time with people that I barely know. You may have thought that I was lost, and all I need is room to grow. I'm coming home to put a flower in your hair. Thought you should know.
Coming in through the Strait of Gibraltar, leaving a place called Barbate to arrive in Gibraltar Harbour. So the tide as such is actually coming out against us, but it swirls around, so if we hug the coast we get good current going this way, and that's why I kind of have the welly down, because if we can keep using that till it starts going against us, you know, we might just get over there in really short time, and if the tide starts going against me I'm going to have to put the welly down anyway and go flat out just to make any headway, so I'm better off just do that early. I think we can, to get the tide the other way when it changes, we can move out to the centre of the strait and you get the currents going the other way, but there are shipping lanes there, so best avoid that too, you know. So as well, you can see like the water is glassy, so there's absolutely zero wind, so of course motoring is the only option.
The trip through the Gibraltar Strait was pretty surreal for the both of us, to be honest. It was such a beautiful day, and it was the beginning of what we've been working towards for so long. We were finally in the Med. With the water like glass, we turned on some of our favourite tunes, enjoyed the music, enjoyed the passage, and even had a bit of a dance on the deck. Since it had been a while since we were in Ireland, we were looking forward to landing into Gibraltar and having some UK cuisine that reminded us of home. Little did we know that the Gibraltar flag wouldn't be suitable for where we landed into. The marina that we chose, La Linea, is actually in Spain. Oops!
Was it as challenging as what you thought?
Probably the easiest passage we've ever had.
Oh well, we made it here alive. The boat is safe. we're being greeted by all these ships. We got a new toy. We got an electric scooter. It's good fun. It means that we can go exploring. My bag is actually open. So we've been exploring all day. Well, not all day, but a while. And now we're right at the top of Gibraltar, which is cool. We would have never made it here on foot, man. I'll stop. It's right in front of us. You're heading straight for it, yeah?
There you go.
Ah! Is it a sunfish?
The sunfish, look.
It's like super docile. Yeah, it's a sunfish. Yeah. See how flat it is? Look at that!
Okay.
Whoa!
Look at the big eyes.
Hey mate! There's another one over there. So we ended up spending about 2 weeks in La Linea, Spain, and we met some really cool people while we were there as well. Most of the marinas in Gibraltar are actually really good value, so we just enjoyed just chilling out and not having to worry about where we were off to next. Dolphins!
Oh, another one. Here's his friend. Hey. Three of them. Nice one, guys. Whoa.
We only ended up stopping a couple of times after leaving Gibraltar, practically because all the anchorages were very unprotected and we could never get a good night's sleep. And before we knew it, with a bit more motoring, we were on our way to Almerimar, where we would spend probably the next 6 months, with lots of plans to do upgrades and some maintenance to the boat while we were there.